Take a moment. Feel the air in your lungs. Notice the quiet hum of electricity around you, the distant sound of the world outside. Now, think about the torrent of information you swam through today. The news alerts on your phone, the endless scroll of opinions, the emails demanding your immediate attention, the pressure from your boss, your family, your own expectations. Does it feel heavy? Do you ever feel like a small boat tossed on a vast, chaotic ocean, with waves of responsibility and crisis crashing over you from every direction? It's a deeply human feeling, the feeling of being powerless. We want to control the economy, the weather, the opinions of others, the outcome of our efforts. We want to shout at the storm and command it to be still. And every time we try, we are exhausted. We are broken. We are reminded of how little command we truly have. But this is where we have been mistaken. We have been fighting the wrong war. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a former slave, a man whose leg had been crippled by a cruel master, taught a secret that would echo through the ages. His name was Epictetus. He didn't teach kings in a palace. He taught ordinary people in a humble school. And his central lesson was this: the most liberating idea in all of philosophy. Some things are within our power, while others are not. It sounds simple, obvious even, but it is a truth we forget 100 times a day. Within our power are our own opinions, our motivations, our desires, our judgments, our responses, everything that is our own doing. Outside our power is, well, everything else. Our body, our property, our reputation, the actions of others, sickness, war, death. You do not control the traffic. You control your patience in the traffic. You do not control whether someone is rude to you. You control whether you allow their rudeness to poison your peace. You do not control the outcome of a project. You control the quality of the effort you put into it. This is the dichotomy of control. It is not a philosophy of passivity. It is the art of revolutionary focus. It is about conserving your energy for the only battle you can ever win, the battle within yourself. Let me tell you a story not of ancient Rome, but of a place far more brutal, a prison camp in North Vietnam known as the Hanoi Hilton. An American pilot named James Stockdale was shot down and held there for 7.5 years. He was tortured more than 15 times. He was kept in solitary confinement in total darkness for 4 years. He had no control over his body, his freedom, or his future. By all accounts, he should have broken. But Stockdale had a secret weapon. In his life before the war, he had studied philosophy. He had studied Epictetus. And in that dark cell, he realized he was living in a laboratory for Stoicism. The guards could break his legs, but they could not command his mind. They could torture his body, but they could not touch his will. They could isolate him from the world, but they could not prevent him from governing his own inner world. He focused only on what he could control. He could control his thoughts. He could choose not to betray his fellow prisoners. He could choose to maintain his dignity. He developed a complex internal code to communicate with other POWs. He organized a resistance. He did not hope for an early release. He saw that the optimists, the ones who kept saying, "We'll be home by Christmas," were the first to die of a broken heart when it didn't happen. Instead, he accepted the brutal reality of his situation without ever giving up faith that he would, eventually, prevail.
He controlled what he could control, and he survived. He came home a hero. You are not in the Hanoi Hilton, but you face your own battles every single day. So how do you use this power? I want you to practice a mental exercise. Call it the Stoic filter. Whenever you feel a surge of anger, anxiety, or despair, pause, just for a second, and ask your mind one simple question. Is the source of this feeling something that is truly within my control? Is it the fact that someone cut you off in traffic? That is not in your control. Let it pass through you like the wind. What is in your control is your choice not to tailgate them in anger, risking an accident. Is it a negative comment someone left on your work? The comment is not in your control. Your choice to consider if there's a grain of truth in it or to discard it as meaningless noise is. Is it the fear of getting sick? You do not ultimately control your health, but you control the good habits you practice today, the food you eat, the exercise you do, the rest you get. Act on what you can control. Practice acceptance for what you cannot. This is not weakness. This is profound wisdom. This is where peace is found. The world will never stop being chaotic. The storm will always rage. But you are not the storm. You are the architect of the mind. You are the commander of the inner citadel. Stop trying to calm the ocean. It is a fool's errand. Focus on building an unsinkable ship, and you will find that you can navigate any sea, no matter how rough. That is freedom. That is strength. That is peace.